Hey y'all, APG Jamie here. And today brings us hashtag Makers Creative Collab. It's collaboration, y'all. And this month we were challenged with the theme, the prompt, however you want to see it, as Dream Weaver. I don't know about anybody else, but of course I naturally thought of weaving, paper and threads and whatnottage. And my first idea was to do an actual dream catcher. And, because I've made those on paper before. If I think about it, I'll try to link for it. I don't know, y'all. So, there's a list of ingredients in the description below the video. Not a whole lot. Scrap papers, as you can see. I have some crochet cotton thread there because I thought, wouldn't it be fun to put some threads in there? Yeah. So that's what we're doing. Over and under, under and over, under and over. Till I get a piece that I think is about big enough. Now, this time, I'm like, I don't know what I'm going to do with it. And then I thought, well, we'll just slap it on a journal page. Because y'all know I do art journal pages on the flat. And then we assemble our pages at later dates in whatever fashion we decide to assemble them in. Because we're so on the ball like that, y'all. So, I used washi to help keep the initial strips in order or in place, and now I'm just putting some art glitter glue underneath and just in areas to catch the threads. It is not a tight weave, so there are plenty of little holes and areas for dreams to come through. Anywho, moving along. Wash, rinse, repeat. I don't do it everywhere. I do definitely do it all around the perimeter and in varying spots along the way. And especially to catch some of those threads because they're not flat. Threads are kind of round. So we're getting that done. There we go. I just picked out a piece of painty cardstock that I already had over there. I looked through them and I thought, yep, that looks good. The other side's all purple. I kind of would have went that. Anywho, and I'm just haphazardly gluing this because, as long as it's glued down in a few places, it'll be attached pretty well. So I thought I want to put a face on top. And, I don't know if you've ever drawn or written or painted or stamped or anything over such a bumpy it's pretty bumpy there, y'all. I thought, well, I'll just use some deli paper because I like that stuff. So, tearing off some of those ends and bits that would overhang, which some is okay. It's just I just thought, well, no, because it might get caught and rip off, and we don't want to rip anything off, including other people. Anyway, so, yes, links are below, and the next one up will be in the end screen, our next hopper. So, this is just a piece of, oh my gosh, I don't even know what that stuff is called anymore. Anyway, it's plasticky oven liner type stuff, and then we're putting some oxide inks on there. It's sprucing it pretty good with the water, and I do keep distilled water in my spray bottles out here in the studio. And we just laid our deli paper on there, and we dried it with the heat gun, y'all. And this is the residue that is still on that thing. So we might have spritzed some more water this time, or might not have. And I don't know what side I'm doing it on. I think I do end up doing it on both sides of the deli paper, y'all. Heat gun, y'all. In this segment, we will have a few little bursts of heat gun, y'all. So, here it is. Oh, see, the water's pretty well dried off of it, so I'm just spritzing it again. I have not added any more to it. We're just re-spritzing it, which is reconstituting it. And this time we are pretty much daubling the whole thing, okay? And you can see how wet it is. And we're doing that. And I'm like, yeah, I think that's pretty much how I want it. So I'm getting out the Distress Micro Glaze, which is a product, I believe it's Ranger. And it seals in the Distress Oxides, okay? It makes your surface really slick. It is not like Daddy Van's. I don't know if it's wet. I don't know what it is, y'all. So I put it on both sides because, as you may have saw, I did put the oxide inks on both sides. And once you get it on there, and then you buff it off, and that's just a regular paper towel. So here's a stencil I have from Artist Cellar, Petite Girls. And there was 4 or 5 face stencils in there. This tends to be my favorite one because my husband says, oh, I like it when you use that stencil. And I'm like, hey, I've used this before. Of course, I've used it before. But anyway, here you go. So she is on there, and we dried her. And now we're just going to tear around some of the edge just so we get kind of a not sharp cut edge. Okay? Not like a sharp dressed man, just, dreamy edge. It's called a dreamy edge, y'all. And I'm going to take some fluid matte medium and smoosh that all around on what I'm calling now the back of our central piece there. I don't know what is central piece, y'all. I don't know. I confused myself. It's early. It's early in the morning. I did a few days ago. So there we go. Here comes our journal page on the flat back. And there she is. Okay. I'm pretty happy with this. Now I'm going over the top with some of that leftover fluid matte medium because, as you saw, I got a fair amount out. And we're just smooshing her down. We're trying to get out some of the air bubbles. I'm not real worried about all the air bubbles. And, all that. So, yeah. And now we have a butterfly from the Dollar Tree. And I'm putting on my favorite kind of antennae on the butterflies. Black thread, just plain old black thread. I've used some gold thread before too, because that's kind of fun. And that is gold thread, speaking of. That's gold thread. I've pulled off the spool. And I've wrapped it around my fingers, and now I'm adding a little bit of double-sided tape, and we're going to add that to the back of the butterfly as well, so that it's kind of like little wispy, floaty ends coming off the butterfly. And I thought, well, I'm going to go ahead and put a piece of paper across there. Oh, no, we've got some more crochet cotton threads, y'all. These were leftover strings, so we're just going to fold them up, put them on there. Well, they're not real folded, just a little folded. Here's the paper. I'm just going to cover up all that little stuff to kind of help hold it in place. And I'm like, yeah, I kind of like that. So here's our page back. She's nice and dry, and we're going to glue our butterfly down, but we're mostly just gluing center-ish, okay? Because we're going to puff up the wings in a minute. You can't necessarily, put some weight on it so we can wait for it. Nice try. And I'm going to glue my antennas the way I want them, because when they get long threads like this, they will flip-flop around, so you kind of want to adhere them down. So that's what I'm doing with the Art Glitter Glue. It's a nice, thin, quick-catching glue. And there we go. And I don't know if you've paid attention to butterflies too much, but their antennas are not always going in the same direction or whatnot. So we're going to bend up those little wings a little bit and going to put some pop dots underneath there. And I want the edge of the wing to be glued down, so I am gluing just a little bit on the edge, whereas the pop dot is keeping that kind of popped up. Pop dot, popped up. Oh my gosh. So original. And here is a little saying that I said. Weave your dreams of tomorrow today. Yeah. I'm trying to show you the texture, physical texture as well as visual texture. Ta-da! Photo Pretty happy with it, y'all. Pretty happy with it. Doesn't she look like she's dreaming? Yeah. 'Cause, you know, it happens. Be sure to follow the links and kind comment, like, share, and subscribe to those channels you're not already subscribed to, because everybody loves it, especially the analytics. Thanks for watching, and happy arting, y'all.